Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. I am Cass with College of Lore.
I am the Penitent with College of Lore.
Hey, you've actually gotten your name right several videos in a row, which is very impressive. I want to commend you on
Why
that.
is it so dark in here?
What do you mean, why is it so dark in here?
And where did all these pointy things come from?
Oh, okay. We're doing a bit, I see. I wasn't warned about this, and I'm cringing into my spine right now. Hey guys, take a moment to like this video, subscribe if you haven't done it already. We love you if you have. We're going to take a moment to shout out our patrons on Patreon. You can be shouted out at the beginning of every video if you join our Patreon, which is in the description. Remy Sweet and Of Winter, sending some heart emojis to them right now.
Subscribe to us on Patreon.
Yep, sign up and pay us money to do stuff.
Perhaps you'll find a blade next time you're in dark. For legal purposes, this is not a threat.
For legal purpose in Minecraft, or whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna talk about Blades in the Dark.
Yeah.
We're just gonna kind of launch into this bad boy. So, I am going to ask you some questions, and you're going to answer them, and then I'm going to ask you how much things score in 10 categories, and you're going to tell me, and then you're going to tell me the overall score, and then you're going to tell me where it is on the scoreboard.
Yes,
this is just running over this right
now. 7th game ranked.
7th one. So this goes on the scoreboard.
Last week it was Fate Core.
Yeah, and it was our second highest that we've reviewed so far. We'll find out today if this tops that or goes below.
Hot on the heels of 5e.
Hot on the heels of 5e. Just one off. Alright. What is Blades in the Dark?
So
I feel like I might be able to guess that it's maybe some swords when it's not daytime out.
It's a game that puts the players in the role of, like, a gang of thieves or rogues or criminals.
Ooh, criminals. I hope you guys can't hear our cat running around like a crazy creature right now.
It takes place in the Victorian Gothic setting of Doskville.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like this Victorian... Imagine Dishonored, basically.
Okay.
Is the kind of vibe that it gives off.
That's fair. I've never played that game, but I get the vibe.
Yes. Visually, that's the vibe, and then the players play a group of criminals, basically.
Very fun. Who made this one?
It was designed by John Hart and published by Evil Hat Games.
Hey, I recognize that name.
Yeah, who published Fate Core as well.
Wow. That's the same guys.
It is.
We know those guys, hey. Not personally, I should clarify, I don't know them personally. How cooperative is this son of a bitch?
Heavily. So you're supposed to run as a crew.
Okay, fun.
You can do, like, competing crews, but honestly, most games are just, you've been a crew of criminals. Yeah, you work together.
You're evil little guys, but you're friendly evil little guys. Crunchy is this bad boy.
It's light. It has an initial curve, especially if you're coming in from something like 5e, but it's once you get it, you kind of get it.
Okay. It's kind of a steep curve, but plateaus out.
Yes.
All right. Running right through this stuff right now.
It tends to lean a bit darker than most.
Okay.
Just based on the setting. It can turn into, like, slapstick comedy.
If you want, I guess.
But, yeah.
Alright, sorry, I'm distracted by petting my cat who is running around like crazy right now, and I hope you can't hear her little bell jangling, but if you can, say hi to Autumn, she's my baby. I'll put a picture of her. I put a picture of her in the channel update video, go look at it. How do you play this game?
So, players initially, you make a character based on... First of all, you build your crew together, you decide what you are, if you're a cult, if you're smugglers, if you're assassins...
What kind of criminal crimes you're doing?
And then specifically what type of criminal you are within that group, if you're a social mastermind, or a stealth expert, or...
Very fun.
All of those things, yeah.
Crime moment. Evil time.
So what your gang is, what your role in that gang is. And then you roll a d6 dice pool system.
Okay.
With success the highest number rolled, sort of like Risk.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I do love Risk.
If that makes sense.
It does, yes. Okay, so, getting into the actual ranking now. Give me an out of 10 for the concept.
Honestly, 9.
Okay, it's pretty unique. I can see that. I think that's fair, yeah. Okay, Autumn. She's gone crazy. She's having zoomies. I'm so sorry, everybody. She's got zoomies going on in her brain. Absolutely nothing in there right now.
The only instinct in her brain right now is to run.
She is running and this room is really small.
She just wants to run.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's the concept? How we looking?
the concept is a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay, did we say that already? I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
back in and edit this stuff.
Honestly, yeah. I think it's a neat concept. I'm not the biggest fan of how restrictive it is, but I think it's genuinely as a concept, the idea of playing as criminals. I like the setting. I think it's a neat little concept.
All right.
As someone who hasn't played Blades, what are your thoughts on the concept?
I think it's kind of neat. I don't think it's something I would do very often.
Yeah.
Because I get bored really fast of doing the same stuff. Which I guess we're going to hit on in replay value.
Yes.
Cost of entry. How cheap's this bad boy?
9 out of 10.
Okay, pretty cheap.
Fate, it's not free online that I could find.
You can probably find it somewhere.
I could be wrong that they have a site that I wasn't able to access.
If they do, change it in your brains.
Um,
I'll give you a spoiler, it won't change its place on the list.
The book is about... Oh, as I look at the shopping thing here. The book is about 25 to 30 bucks.
Okay, why does it vary?
Amazon.
Oh, okay, Amazon's dumb.
If you want to buy it off Amazon, $25. If you want to buy it from the distributor themselves, which do that,
Yes, do that for reals.
$30. Which, that's the one...
That's all you need.
Yeah.
You
That's
got some
the one
D6s.
book. That's all you need for it. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
Player ease. Woo!
It's not
Pretty
that
easy.
complicated. It's fairly straightforward. Yeah, I mean it's fairly easy to pick up on and learn.
Okay.
It's something you could be taught. It's a little complicated, especially coming from a bigger game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Blades in the Dark is one of those RPGs that generally people come to from 5e or Pathfinder.
Yeah.
One of the big ones. This is their first foray into, this is different now.
Yeah, okay. So you got a little bit of a curve.
Yeah.
Okay. GME's on the other side of that little spectrum.
So this is a 7.
Okay.
It's not the hardest game in the world to learn by far.
It's not Burning Wheel or whatever.
No, there's a lot of work to it.
Burning Wheel. My beloved, and your beloved, but not everyone else's beloved.
It's not that it is particularly difficult work. It is that's particularly tedious work to set up
That's
a lot
fair.
of the challenges, the threats, the encounters.
That makes sense.
It's more tedious than it is difficult, but for that reason...
You have to kind of build up to the steam for it.
Yeah, you have to build up a stamina and this kind of... Yeah. It's not that hard, and it is fiction first, which is always helpful.
Yeah.
It's relatively easy compared to a lot of other games, but it's not as easy as something that... Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do a little less backup work.
Okay. Flexibility.
So, flexibility.
Here we go.
4 out of 10.
It's not very flexible.
You have to be criminals.
And you have to be in this setting.
And in the setting. You don't have to be in the setting, technically.
But it makes
supposed to be.
sense.
And you have to be humans.
Yeah. Isn't that good in variety?
Yes, thank you. But you have to be criminals in this
You have to
setting.
be the same kind of guy. Yes. Which is why it still gets a 4.
But you can't really...
You can't be the good guy.
We're going to do a superhero.
Well, you can be the good guys, but you can't be the good guys.
You can do, like, medieval or steampunk, but you can't be like, oh, we're going to do a superhero RPG, or we're going to do a modern...
Yeah. Not the vibe. Not the
Modern
vibe.
Blades in the Dark actually sounds kind of fun, but you have to do a lot of work for it.
Yes. Speaking of variety. Variety.
3 out of 10.
Even worse!
Only human, only criminal backgrounds. There are various things. There are, mastermind or backstabby or brute force guy. But at the same time,
All sorts of stuff, but...
You're all these criminals all working for a general gang. You're all humans. You're all of the same mindset. I've had a really bad experience with this game, and I will be open about that. The cult setting is fucking bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I have done that one, and I hated every second of that one.
That's fair.
And maybe this is my own thing playing it, doing my own opinions coloring it. But man, I do not like the lack of variety that exists in this game. That
is fair.
All the characters feel the same largely, unless you can really throw something into them. The playbooks don't differentiate that much. It kind of has the opposite problem of Apocalypse World.
Yeah.
Where
they're all very standardized.
Yeah.
Okay. you want to talk about the next one?
Yes.
Popularity.
7 out of 10.
Okay, this is fairly up there.
It's not
D&D. It's not 5e.
And it's not Pathfinder.
Alright. It's not Shadowrun, which is the second most popular, apparently.
It is very popular.
Okay.
It is a lot of
that
people's
popular.
It is a lot of people's first foray into another game.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. I've never even touched it.
And it's been played by, at the very least, Oxventure has done forays into Blades in the Dark. A few other people have done forays into it that have gotten some popularity. Again, not D&D popular.
Mm-hmm.
If I can pull up my list here, which I would love to find.
List moment.
Because I have this document that just tells me...
Tells you all the stuff you need to know in the world.
Hey, how popular is this RPG? If it's in the top 15.
Is it in the top 15?
It is.
Oh, good.
So, this is... So, we talk about how D&D gets 500,000 queries.
Yes.
And Shadowrun gets 90,000.
Yes.
Pathfinder gets 40,000.
Okay.
Blades gets 20,000.
Okay. So that's not terrible, actually. It's pretty good, all considered. I mean, the jump is so drastic from 5e to everything else.
It would be tied for the 7th most popular role-playing game, which is good.
Okay. That's good. That's pretty good.
Yes, there is a community.
There are a ton of role-playing games out there, so that's pretty good.
There is a community for this.
Okay. Cool. It's better than Burning Well.
And I am honest that I do not like this game very much. But no one's going to like every RPG, and no one's going to dislike every RPG.
Yep, there's something for everybody.
Yes. So you can definitely find a game.
Yeah. Replay value.
Yes, this is 6 for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't lower.
So there are a bunch of different criminal organizations you can do.
Yeah.
Once they run their... I see no point in replaying the same kind of organization.
That's fair.
Maybe like smugglers or something more generic like that.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
But
smuggling different things.
Like you've done a cult, you've done
like they're all the same.
Yeah. Street thugs, you've done street thugs.
Yeah.
There are enough to keep it kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're meeting every week,
you're gonna get sick of it after a while.
Yeah, I mean, you can replay this 4 or 5 times before it kind of gets old and stale. And before the setting kind of gets old and stale, even.
That's
because
fair.
it's one city, you know?
Yeah. It's all the same bitch.
And yeah, you can change the setting, but as written,
it's one
this isn't the Forgotten Realms, this isn't Pathfinder setting, which names escape me at the moment.
Yeah.
This is one city. A big city, but one city.
One little guy. One big little guy. Fun! I like saying them into the microphone. I don't know if you guys can actually tell, but I'm speaking really close. You probably can.
I am trying
it's
to
funny.
be objective. If it was a personal, entirely subjective, this would be like a 3 for me.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 7.
Okay, that's fair. It might be some people's cup of tea.
A lot of people enjoy it. It is not my style of game. A lot of people enjoy it.
And I can see why some people wouldn't.
Yes.
I can see why you wouldn't. I don't think I would enjoy it that much, I'll be real.
But objectively, a lot of people like it. It's very fun for a lot of people.
So it gets some points.
Yeah, I am basing this more on what other people think is fun.
Yes.
Sometimes I kind of cheat in the fun category, like giving Burning Wheel a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. But we're trying to be as objective as reasonable.
So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 because a lot of people have a lot of fun with it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, it's a bit specialized for me. But I like it a lot. Or I think it's a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun for the right person.
It's just not fun for you, and that is okay. Quality! Last category.
10 out of 10.
Okay. Is this the first one that's gotten that?
Yes, and let me tell you why.
Why?
The book they print this for is pristine. It is concise.
Ooh.
It is a beautiful hardcover book.
Okay.
It is one of the most well-written RPG books I've ever read.
Wild. Okay. Better than a lot of other stuff we've had on here.
I think
better
it is
everything we've had on here.
Significantly more concise than 5e.
Okay.
Significantly better written than something like Apocalypse World.
Okay.
I think when it comes to quality of the material,
it's very good.
Even though I'm not personally a fan of the game, it is one of the best RPG books in and of itself.
Very cool. Okay. So, where does that leave us as we're looking at the overall score?
So that would be a 70 out of 100.
Alright, 70.
Which isn't bad.
It's not... I mean, we're gonna get into some really low numbers, guys. Like, I mean, our highest thing on the scoreboard is an 85, okay? That's...
Yes.
And that's about as high as it's gonna get. Realistically.
There might be some... I don't think anything's ever gonna
No. I mean, there's no way, because you have to have 10 out of 10 popularity to get 100, and D&D's the only one's ever gonna get a 10 out of 10. You get a 99, I guess.
I don't think
Nope, I don't think so. I don't think much is gonna get above D&D, if anything.
Yes.
5e, at least.
3.5 might push it, we'll see.
We will see. 70. That's the lowest one on the scoreboard.
7th out of 7.
It's at the bottom.
In order, D&D 5e, Fate Core, Shadowrun 2e.
No, Pathfinder's above Shadowrun.
Pathfinder 2e, Shadowrun 6e, Apocalypse World, Burning Wheel Gold, Blazing Dark.
Alright, it's at the bottom. Very sad.
2 points behind Burning Wheel Gold.
Yep. And 15 points behind 5e.
I
feel like I should
is
say
not a bad score.
It's not. And we're gonna again, we're doing some of the best hits first. We're doing the greatest hits to establish the leaderboard.
Your mileage may vary. I don't like this game, and I want to be able to clear about that. I do not enjoy Blades in the Dark. I have played it several times. I have never had fun with it.
But some people will.
Yes.
Some people will vibe with it.
If you like the description of this game, if you like the idea of this game, please go out and play it. Please go
Try it out.
Buy it from the developer instead of Amazon, please.
Yes, for reals.
I just want to emphasize, again, I do not like this game.
So you are a little bit biased.
Yes, so it's probably a few notches lower than one might think.
If it's really... I mean, there's going to be variety. It's subjective, too. It's hard to be entirely objective when you can like or dislike something.
Yes. Also, you will see when this list is more fleshed out with stuff like Fatal.
Can't wait to do Fatal.
Or even kind of mid stuff like School Days or Time Cops.
Yeah.
Or, Time Wizards.
Time Cops.
Fuck
cops.
You will find...
If you're a cop, fuck you.
70 is a good score. 50 is average.
I mean, it's halfway. Yeah.
50 is an average RPG.
Yeah.
Like, 100 is the best possible RPG. 0 is the worst possible RPG. 50 is a bog-standard average RPG.
Yeah.
And
we've just done a bunch of higher stuff first to kind of establish the premise.
Yes. Notably, I also don't like Shadowrun, and that got a very good score.
Yeah, it got a 77. It's in the middle of the list.
And notably, I love Burning Wheel, and it's...
And it's 6. Second. Yeah, it's second to bottom.
So, yeah, with that being said, do check them out. Evil Hat Productions, Blades in the Dark. Give them a listen to. The RPG review's gotten more concise and shorter, and I kind of like that.
I kind of like that, too. I think it's better this way, I will be real.
And
probably everyone else also likes it.
Like that, let us know if you'd rather have these be 20-minute chunks than 45-minute chunks.
You probably would. Unless you're weird.
Your experience with Blades in the Dark, what you would give based on our criteria. Again, please don't go at us too hard. I don't personally enjoy the game.
But you can, and you're allowed to rank it differently in your own brain.
Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for listening.
You're allowed to have opinions. Just don't be mean to us about ours. Bye!
Thank you for watching this video from College of Lore. Remember to like this video, subscribe to join the party, and have a fantastic adventure.